Well, IMPD officers accused of shooting and killing an unarmed man keeping their jobs tonight. That ruling from a civilian police merit board just came down this evening. 24-hour News 8's Megan Sanctorum was in the courtroom. She's live downtown. And Megan, did more members give any decision making why they made this decision?
Yeah, Mike, evidence and testimony, those are the two things they say went into their decision to let these officers keep their job. They voted 5-2 in favor of those officers keeping their job. Now, Aaron Bailey was shot and killed last summer after driving away from a traffic stop and crashing his car. The officers involved testified before the board, saying Bailey refused to listen to commands to put his hands up. They said they thought Bailey was reaching for a gun and turning around to use it when they shot him. Bailey was later found to be unarmed. We listened to 3 days of testimony from training experts, the officers at the scene that night, and IMPD leadership. IMPD Police Chief Brian Roach said the officers didn't follow protocol and he continually recommended they be fired. After the board came back with the decision the officers were justified in that shooting, the president of the Fraternal Order of Police had some strong words for the IMPD police chief and city leaders.
We unfortunately have some executive leaders who, I can't believe I'm saying this, really have destroyed a police department. My fear is this: rather than managing expectations of the public and this police department, my fear is that the police chief allowed the political expectations of a few to manage him. And that's unacceptable as a leader of a police department.
It was just a difference of opinion of whether those policies were met or not. It's disappointing, obviously. I believe one way, and the board chose another. But I've been talking since day one about the process. We let the process go through, and that's what we do, is we follow the process and do the best we can, and this is a result of that process.
The officers involved in the shooting will now be allowed to go back to work. The chief says he will meet with them and determine the best role for them moving forward. Now, as for Bailey's daughter, she says there's still an outstanding civil suit in relation to this case, and she says she will be there for that every step of the way. We have much more on this story on our website, wishtv.com. Reporting live downtown, Megan Sanctorum, 24-hour News 8.
Megan, thank you. Mayor Joe Hogsett called the decision by the merit board disappointing and frustrating. In a statement, he says in part, quote, "In the coming days, I will be engaging with community and public safety leaders to assess what should be considered to help restore faith in the police discipline process." You can read the rest of his statement right now if you go to our website at wishtv.com. And just over an hour ago, faith leaders held a vigil after the ruling from the merit board. And 24-hour News 8's Eric Feldman joins us live from City Market, where people gathered tonight. Eric?
Good evening, Mike. It was a couple dozen people. They were here in a circle. They hugged each other. There were moments of prayer because of the sadness they felt from that decision you heard Megan talking about just a few minutes ago, about the Citizens Merit Board coming to the decision that 2 IMPD officers who shot and killed the unarmed Aaron Bailey should be allowed to go back to work. One Indianapolis pastor who we talked to, who attended tonight's vigil, says he feels less safe in this community after the ruling because, to him, he is African American, by the way, this shows that authorities will not be held accountable for their actions. So he says he's worried about his own life and also about having to explain this ruling to 2 of his kids who are 16 and 11. And then he added that this could create more distrust between law enforcement and the community.
But more specifically to the African American community, that no responsibility and no accountability seems to be taken after a man is shot unarmed in the back in our community, even on the recommendation of our chief of police.
So what comes next? People in the faith community say there needs to be more nights like tonight where people join together in solidarity. Leaders also talked about having to have more conversations about the merit board process and if any changes need to happen to that. The vigil ended tonight with a call for anyone who is frustrated with tonight's decision to call Mayor Hogsett's office to voice their frustration. I'm live downtown. Eric Feldman, 24-hour News 8.